Imagine a book, purportedly penned by the brilliant mind of Stephen Hawking, a work so revolutionary, so challenging to conventional thought, that was allegedly suppressed, kept from public view for half a century. This isn't a volume of familiar cosmological theories. It's whispered to be a profound exploration into life after death, the nature of the soul, and the mysteries that lie beyond our current understanding. What if this legendary physicist, who unveiled secrets of black holes and the origins of the universe, also delved into the very fabric of consciousness itself, leaving behind insights that could reshape our perception of reality? For decades, the existence of such a manuscript has been debated only in hushed conversations, among those daring to believe that even the most rigorous scientific minds might eventually confront questions that transcend known physics. This banned book, if its legends are true, doesn't just offer equations or theories. It's said to contain deep reflections, perhaps born from his unique journey through profound physical limitations and boundless intellectual exploration on what truly happens when our earthly existence concludes. Do you wish to attract positivity and good vibrations into your life? Comment belief below to affirm your desire for good things and to join our collective intention for a brighter path. And please tap like if you're ready to welcome these positive energies. It's suggested that within these pages, Hawking didn't just ponder the cosmos, but also the conscious observer, the eye that perceives it, and what becomes of that awareness. Could it be that through his deep engagement with the universe's most profound questions, he glimpsed a reality for which many of us, and perhaps the scientific establishment of his time, were not yet prepared? Be sure to stay with us, because as our story unfolds, we'll explore the extraordinary claims and transformative ideas attributed to this long-hidden work. What secrets about our eternal nature might it hold? Within the pages of this long-suppressed volume, it is said that Stephen Hawking described a profound journey of consciousness, an experience or understanding that took him far beyond conventional limits of space, time, and even his own physical existence. The narrative within this banned book allegedly recounts a state where he found himself detached, as if his awareness had expanded beyond his body, experiencing a reality where earthly constraints simply dissolved. Imagine his brilliant mind, so accustomed to navigating the vastness of the cosmos through the power of thought, suddenly perceiving a state of being with no pain, no fear, and no linear time. The account suggests he witnessed our planet, a beautiful blue sphere, much like the iconic photographs taken from space, yet it seemed distant, almost alien from this expanded vantage point, as his consciousness was drawn further into an even deeper mystery. What came next, as described in this remarkable text, reportedly challenges our deepest understanding of reality. It speaks of entering a space that defies earthly description, a realm likened to an ancient temple, not merely illuminated, but seemingly constructed from pure, radiant light itself. It was there in that luminous expanse that a profound realization is said to have dawned, that everything previously considered to be consciousness within the normal human experience was but a mere shadow, a fleeting reflection of a far greater, truer self. The banned book purportedly details an encounter, not necessarily with a specific entity like an angel or human form, but with a presence, a being of immense wisdom, both majestic and intimately familiar. This presence communicated not through words, but through something akin to streams of warmth, directly imparting a profound understanding. The core message received, as the story goes, was that life as we know it is a vital school, a place of learning not just for our fleeting personalities, but for the eternal soul. And crucially, that death is not an ending, but a gateway to a vaster existence. What truths lay beyond that gateway, and why might such knowledge have been deemed too powerful for public release? The account within this banned book goes on to describe that upon experiencing the profound state of expanded consciousness, this temple of light, where the soul's true nature was glimpsed, there was an overwhelming sense of peace and understanding. So much so, it's written, that the idea of returning to the ordinary, limited state of physical existence felt almost like a loss. The book allegedly quotes Hawking, or the consciousness whose journey it chronicles, as expressing profound reluctance. I didn't want to return. This sentiment underscores the extraordinary nature of the reality encountered. What follows is a statement that reportedly forms the crux of why this knowledge might have been considered too challenging for its time. What I saw, the text is said to declare, is not a metaphor. It is a reality we are not yet ready for. This powerful assertion speaks directly to the idea of a truth so profound, so paradigm-shifting, that it could unsettle the very foundations of our accepted understanding. Why, then, would such monumental insights from a mind like Hawking's be kept from widespread public view, as suggested by the narrative of a banned book? The text implies that he understood the world, particularly the rigidly conventional scientific establishment of earlier decades, might not readily accept such truths from one of its own. A figure of his scientific stature venturing into what could be dismissed as mysticism might have faced disbelief or even ridicule, potentially jeopardizing his life's work and legacy. The banned book is said to contain reflections along these lines. If I had spoken of this then, I would not have been understood. Perhaps they would have considered me to have lost my grasp on empirical reality. But it was not madness. It was a glimpse of truth so vast it could be daunting to the everyday mind. This isn't just a recounting of an abstract theory. It's presented as a deep, personal conviction about the nature of existence itself, a confession from the very edge of what we consider possible. Did this book suggest that such experiences or understandings were unique, or did it point to a wider, shared human potential for such awareness? This banned book, it is said, doesn't present these profound glimpses beyond ordinary reality as isolated or unique events. Instead, it purportedly suggests that Stephen Hawking came to believe that many individuals, perhaps through various paths or spontaneous moments of deep insight, have touched upon similar states of expanded awareness, even if they lacked the language to describe them or hesitated to speak of such experiences for fear of disbelief. The text might argue that throughout history, certain recurring themes in ancient philosophies, the perplexing paradoxes of quantum mechanics that so fascinated Hawking, or even the deepest intuitions of the human heart, all hint at a reality far more extensive than our everyday senses perceive. It's as if these are echoes from what the book terms a space between worlds, a conceptual or perhaps actual realm that borders what we understand as life and what lies beyond. Within this expanded state of consciousness, the banned book allegedly describes encounters of most extraordinary nature. It speaks of recognizing other consciousnesses, other souls, some perhaps familiar in a deep, intuitive way from earthly connections, and others recognized on a soul level beyond the confines of any single lifetime. Imagine thoughts becoming utterly transparent, not remembering a mere biography, but remembering oneself beyond it, in a state of absolute, pure recognition where words and symbols are unnecessary because knowledge is direct, infallible, and deeply felt. To continue inviting enlightenment and the flow of good things into your journey, comment hope below as a personal affirmation for continued illumination and positive happenings. This profound sense of knowing, of seeing beyond the veil of ordinary perception, is presented in the book not as fantasy, but as a fundamental aspect of consciousness when it is freed from its usual constraints. It suggests a universe rich with connection and meaning, a reality where souls are not isolated entities, but part of a vast, interconnected web of being. If such encounters and states of absolute recognition are possible, what other revelations about our existence and humanity's future might the suppressed work contain? Beyond the extraordinary encounters and states of absolute recognition described within its pages, Stephen Hawking's purported banned book is said to venture into even more mysterious territory, visions or deep insights into future humanity. It suggested that from that expanded state of consciousness, a glimpse was offered of time to come, a future where the very fabric of reality and our perception of it would undergo a significant transformation. The book allegedly describes an era when the boundary between our everyday world and other dimensions of existence will become increasingly thin, more permeable. In this envisioned future, people would begin to feel more, see more, tapping into expanded states of awareness and intuitive capacities that are currently latent in most. However, this anticipated shift is presented not just as a gateway to liberation and enlightenment, but also as a period carrying profound challenges. The text is said to warn that when the veil between worlds thins so dramatically, not everyone may be prepared for what is revealed. Some, it suggests, might find the influx of new perceptions overwhelming, potentially leading to confusion or disorientation, while others, perhaps those more spiritually attuned, would experience profound awakening. It's implied that Hawking, understanding the potential impact of such a prophecy, felt that this knowledge needed to be handled with immense care. The banned book might explain his reluctance to widely disseminate these particular visions, perhaps suggesting he believed humanity needed to reach a certain threshold of collective maturity and understanding before such truths could be integrated constructively. The narrative might even allude to a condition for its eventual release. Let be read only when the world itself approaches this pivotal threshold. The description of this future, as per the book, is nuanced. It speaks of a world saturated with light, where much that is hidden becomes transparent, but it also poses a question. In a reality without shadows, does something essential about our current human experience, something related to depth and contrast, also diminish? It's as if the book gently hints at the full spectrum of life, including its challenges and even its sorrows, plays a crucial role in the soul's journey toward comprehending true light and profound peace. What ultimate understanding about truth and our purpose did this extraordinary perspective offer? Within that state of expanded awareness, beyond the visions of humanity's future, the banned book is said to recount a moment of ultimate inquiry. It describes an opportunity to pose a single, profound question to the universe, to the very source of understanding. And the question chosen, as the narrative unfolds, was simple yet monumental: what is truth? The answer, as conveyed in this extraordinary text, did not arrive in words or equations. Instead, it was a vision, a symbolic understanding that resonated at the core of being, perhaps an image of existence itself, deeply rooted in the mysteries of the unknown, yet ever reaching towards illumination and growth. Truth, the insight suggested, isn't a static piece of knowledge to be acquired, but a dynamic process of becoming, a journey that embraces all facets of existence, where even challenges and what we perceive as darkness are integral parts of the path toward ultimate light and understanding. Yet, despite the profound peace and boundless clarity of this expanded realm, the book describes a poignant moment, the consciousness being gently but inexorably drawn back, away from the state of unity, towards the limitations of the everyday world. "I wish to remain," is the sentiment allegedly expressed. For there, everything was clear, while here, so much often feels veiled in confusion. But a quiet, undeniable sense conveyed, "Not yet." And so, the return to ordinary awareness is detailed, a slow, perhaps even painful, re-entry into constraints of the thinking mind. However, this banned book emphasizes that the perspective gained was never truly lost. The one who experienced this could no longer see the world or their own existence in quite the same way. While these profound insights were not, according to the narrative, broadcast to a world perhaps unready to receive them, hence the banned nature of the book itself, they subtly began to inform and enrich all subsequent understanding, like hidden currents flowing beneath the surface of more conventional work. If this journey of reflection and discovery speaks to your heart, supporting us with a like, and subscribing to the channel allows you us to continue sharing these inspiring explorations together. This banned book, therefore, is presented as a rare key, a glimpse into a depth of understanding that profoundly shaped a great mind. What final, personal message might it contain for those who encountered the words today? The final passages of this purported banned book from Stephen Hawking are said to move beyond even the most extraordinary descriptions of other realms or future visions, turning instead towards a deeply personal and universal question. It suggested that the ultimate message conveyed from that state of expanded awareness was not about cosmic mechanics, but about the essence of our being. The book culminates in a profound reflection. When our journey in this form reaches a transition, the measure of our existence will not be based on titles, acquisitions, or external achievements. Rather, the most significant inquiry will be, how much did you become truly yourself? This simple yet powerful question shifts the focus from doing to being, from accumulating to unfolding our deepest, most authentic nature. This banned book, therefore, is presented not as a dogma or a set of definitive answers, but more like a key offered to those who are genuinely seeking, those who feel a resonance with the idea that there is more to reality than what meets the eye. It's said to contain a gentle yet persistent message, a kind of call to those who are ready to hear it. If these words resonate with you, it means you have already sensed this deeper current. It is quiet, like breathing in a dream, yet unmistakable. And if you do not turn away from this inner knowing, you will be guided. Do not be afraid. The book purportedly defines truth not as a collection of facts or theories, but as an unmasked, direct encounter with reality, a meeting with the essence of what you have always been beneath all superficial layers. It's an invitation to a journey of profound self-discovery. As we reflect on our shared journey and the incredible potential within each of us, comment the journey within below to affirm your own path of discovery with our community. And your exploration doesn't have to end here. Click the video now appearing on your screen for another powerful message.